I am becoming a father for the first time. And what I know right now is that it cracks you wide open. It will open you up in ways you never saw coming. And it's not just about the holding of a tiny life soon, in my hands. It's that I'm being handed something like a mirror to reflect everything about myself, everything that I'm not, everything that I still need to become. And I can say it like this too, that everything that you are, everything that you're not, everything you still need to become, this raw, terrifying fatherhood is beautiful, and it's gut-wrenching thing that you'll ever have to face, I'll ever have to face. So, what comes up for me is the fear and the doubt. And am I ready for this? Am I strong enough, wise enough, present enough to guide this little ancestor through the chaos and the beauty of this world? The responsibility of it all is staggering. And it's not just about providing the roof for the food and the safety, right? I mean, those things are critically important. But I think you know what I'm getting at. This is about being a foundation, like a kahua, as we call it in Hawaiian, like something to build upon. And being a man that your child can trust, someone that they can look to and know without a doubt that they are loved, protected, and seen by you. And also this overwhelming love. A love is so fierce and so primal for me. It's like nothing I've ever known. And it changes everything. Like in a heartbeat, I feel like as soon as I found out, baby was coming and that we were pregnant, it really rewired my entire nervous system gradually. But at that moment, I just knew like things were changing. You begin to realize in an instant that you would give your last breath to keep this little tiny being, this little ancestor returning. You do whatever you could to keep them safe. But with that love comes a vulnerability now, because now my heart is walking around outside my body, and the world suddenly feels sharper and more dangerous, and everything I have is more fragile, and now I'm vulnerable. I am now much easier to get at. I become even more at risk and fragile now. So what I need to do, right? What do I need to do? First, I need to face myself. Obviously, it's like to own my own wounds and my own baggage, which is what I've been doing, for a while. I've been teaching others to do it too, but I have been doing that because I don't want to hand those things to my child. Like, I need to do the inner work, digging into those parts of me that are still stuck in the fear or the pride or the ego, or just even in wanting to self-preserve and to protect, because that's really where a lot of it comes from, for me anyway. I'm not trying to be out there manipulating people and places and things in order for me to just gain all the time. I'm actually just doing it because I want to protect myself, because the world has taken so much, and this is generational. This is just within my own life. This is within my own family. I've had a lot of people die throughout my lifetime, and so for me, like, because fatherhood, is not about perfection, obviously, and you want to be as authentic as you can. And if I want my child to grow up whole, I have to model that and what it means to live with integrity and to feel deeply and to rise after I fall. I need to let go of the idea that I have to have all the answers, or even in the stories that I've told myself about my own fear and things that hurt me. That's not their reality. I don't want to share that with them. That's a lie that we tell ourselves, right, as men, that there's things in the past that have happened, so then now I have to be invincible, unshakable, and always in control. And the truth is, fatherhood is not about that control. As far as I've gotten, and baby's not even here yet, right? I do know it's about surrender. Surrendering to the unknown, to the process, to the love that's bigger than any fear I could ever feel, right? Surrendering to the unknown, to that process, to this love that's bigger than any fear, that I could ever feel. And I felt a lot of fear. I've gone towards my fear. I've gone to the things that make me afraid so I can address it. I've approached life in that way, not afraid to look, always going there. And that is not a stable place to be for people, like for partnership, many times for yourself. So this is what I have to ask now, right? how do you handle those overwhelming parts, right? I believe is by breathing into them and being even more present, leaning into my life a little bit more, and seeing that my life is no longer my own, but I also have my partner, the mother of my child, to take care of, the family I'm going to grow, and the community that's going to be the nest for all of it. By remembering that it's okay for me to ask for help, and that being a father doesn't mean doing it all alone, obviously, but it means being held by this web of people that we need to believe love me, love you, love us, right? We want to see, these people want to see us thrive. They want to see you thrive so you can help your family thrive and your child thrive. And when the pressure builds and you feel like you're falling short, or you have to remind yourself that it's not about, the supposed ideas of what it all could have been or what it was supposed to be, we're looking at and understanding, like, can people truly be there for you? Even when you're not perfect, even when you make mistakes, that to know that your child doesn't need a flawless father, that they need a real one, someone who will show up, someone who will say, I don't have it all figured out, but I'm here, and I'll always be here. This is the greatest initiation of my life. I've been through a lot of them, a lot of different initiations, but this, it's a breaking and it's a remaking. To break and to remake, full on, to break and to remake. It's asking me to become softer, stronger, more grounded, stronger in other ways, more open than I've ever been, even a little bit more protective, for sure. Not a little bit more, a lot more. Things came into perspective real quick. It's asking me to honor my ancestors by becoming the father that I wish I had, and to trust that I have what it takes to hold this sacred role. So fatherhood, as I've understood it, doesn't wait for you to feel ready. It calls you raw and unpolished, and it asks you, will you rise to this? Will you come to heed the call of what's coming? Because now you are not in control. Now you are not the one who is in the way of making the decisions here. Your life is now in service to other life. You have to now provide and protect and to be there in ways that was never asked of you before, because you weren't living a life where somebody was dependent on you, and not just someone or somebody, but this little one that shares in your genes and your heritage and your lineage. So, will I rise? My answer is yes. I will rise, and I will stumble, and I will learn, and I will love with everything that I have, because that's what the journey demands. And my child deserves nothing less than a father that is willing to show up and to learn and to be there for them in ways they're not even sure yet, but that I can do, because I'm the father, and I need to be who I needed when I was younger. So I hope this helps you that's listening, no matter where you're at in life, to know that the story continues. There's more to be done. There's more life to experience, and more beautiful blessings to be given and to be received in, and more stories to tell. So keep tuning into this. And if you're enjoying these kinds of talks, come join my N.O.W Academy. N.O.W. It stands for the New Old Way. Join the N.O.W Academy. Check it out. There's a big community there. I'm also going to be starting an ancient future type of thing coming. Fatherhood, as we call it. So, yeah. Catch you on the next one. Aloha.